Hey everyone, and welcome. So when I say the word cybersecurity, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it like lines of confusing code? Or maybe those hackers in hoodies you always see in the movies? Well, we're going to strip all of that away today. We're going to talk about cybersecurity as something that's not scary or complicated at all. Instead, think of it as a set of classic, easy-to-understand rules for protecting the stuff that matters to you. Ready? Let's jump in.
Now, to make sure we're on the right track, we're going straight to the pros. What you're looking at is the guide for one of the biggest cybersecurity certifications in the world. We're taking the core concepts that the experts live by and breaking them down so that, anyone can get a handle on the basics of digital defense.
It might sound a little out there, but seriously, the way you protect a medieval castle isn't all that different from how we protect our data today. So that's what we're going to do. Throughout this explainer, we are going to build our very own digital fortress, piece by piece, using that exact idea.
Think about it. Every fortress is built for one reason, right? To protect something valuable. For a king, that was obviously the crown jewels. But for us, living in the digital world, our most valuable treasures are our data and our information. So step one in building our fortress has to figure out exactly what we're trying to protect.
Okay, so in the security world, there are 3 golden rules for protecting those crown jewels. It's something called the CIA triad. And no, not that CIA. This stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These 3 ideas are, and I mean this, the absolute foundation of all cybersecurity.
First up is confidentiality. And honestly, it's as simple as it sounds. It means keeping secrets secret. It's all about making sure that only the right people can get to the sensitive stuff. The source material gives a great example. Imagine a company invents a new drug. Confidentiality is what keeps that secret formula from falling into the hands of their competitors. In our fortress, this is the lock on the treasure chest.
Next on the list, we've got integrity. And this one is all about trust. How do you actually know that the information you're seeing hasn't been secretly messed with? Well, that's what integrity is for. It ensures your data is the real deal. Take a digital contract, for example. Integrity is what proves that it's really your signature and that nobody went in and changed the fine print after you signed it.
And the third pillar here is availability. Because, let's be real, your information is completely useless if you can't get to it when you actually need it. Availability is all about making sure your systems are up and working for the people who are supposed to be using them. A perfect example of an attack on this is a DDoS attack, which just floods a website with junk traffic until it crashes. It's just like blocking the main gate of our fortress so nobody can get in or out.
All right, so we know what we're protecting, and we have the rules for how to protect it. So I guess it's time to start building. Let's talk about the different kinds of defenses. These are called security controls, and they're basically the walls, the gates, and even the emergency repair crews of our digital fortress.
What's really cool is how simple this defense strategy can be. See, you can't just have walls. You also need a way to fix those walls if someone breaks through. So preventative controls are your proactive stuff, your high walls and strong gates built to stop an attack before it can even start. On the other hand, corrective controls are reactive. They're your skilled repair crew ready to jump in and fix the damage after something has happened. You absolutely need both to be safe.
So what do these preventative controls, our walls and gates, actually look like? Well, some are digital things you'd expect, like antivirus software or a good firewall. But they can also be physical. Our sourcebook points out things like high-security fences, or those short, sturdy posts called bollards that stop cars from crashing into things, or even the access badge you use to get into your office. Every single one is designed to stop a security problem from ever happening.
And what about that repair crew, the corrective controls? Well, in the digital world, one of their absolute best tools is the backup. A really critical corrective control is just restoring a system from a clean backup that you made earlier. So imagine an attacker gets in and just wrecks the place. A backup lets you hit a giant undo button, wiping away all the damage. It's such a powerful way to bounce back from a breach.
A fortress with strong walls is good, but you know what's even better? A smart fortress. A smart fortress doesn't just sit there waiting to get hit. No, it has sentries on the walls, actively looking for threats. And it even sets some really clever traps to catch any intruders who are sneaky enough to get past the first line of defense.
So let me introduce you to your digital sentry, the Intrusion Detection System, or IDS. This thing is basically a guard that never sleeps, never blinks. It just watches all the data flowing through your network, and it's been trained to spot the signs of an attack. Now, when it sees something weird, it doesn't try to fight back. It just sounds the alarm, letting your human security team know that they need to get over there, right now.
Now let's talk about the clever traps. And this is honestly one of my favorite concepts. It's called a honeypot. A honeypot is a decoy. It's a fake computer system that you set up to look really tempting and maybe a little bit vulnerable to an attacker. But it's all a trap. It's a completely safe, monitored environment where you can lure attackers in and then just watch everything they do. You get to learn their methods without any risk to your real stuff. It's like building a fake treasure room just to catch thieves.
And we can make these traps even smaller and sneakier. So if a honeypot is like a fake treasure room, then a honey token is like one fake gold coin that you leave lying around inside the real treasury. It could be a fake username and password, a fake customer record, anything that an intruder would find irresistible. The token itself is totally worthless, but it's wired to an alarm. The second anyone even touches it, an alert goes off. It's a fantastic way to find out if someone is already inside your systems.
So, we've built walls, we've got a repair crew, we've set some clever traps. But a truly secure fortress needs more than just defenses. It needs a grand strategy, a set of rules and a modern philosophy that makes sure everything works together. And this is where we get into governance.
This table here gives us a little peek into how the professionals think about that grand strategy. You can see it's not just about threats and building things. A huge chunk of it is dedicated to security operations and program management. This just proves that good cybersecurity isn't a one-and-done setup. It's a constant, ongoing process of managing, planning, and keeping an eye on everything.
And all of this leads us to what is probably the most important modern security idea out there: zero trust. This is a total paradigm shift. The old way of thinking was trust but verify. Once someone was inside your fortress walls, you kind of assume they were friendly. Zero trust says, nope, we never trust, we always verify. It assumes an attacker could already be inside, so every single request to access data has to be checked and authenticated no matter where it's coming from. It's the ultimate security strategy for the world we live in.
So, we've covered it all. We figured out what our crown jewels are, we learned the 3 golden rules of protecting them, we built our walls, we set our traps, and we adopted a modern strategy of zero trust. We've built our digital fortress. And that just leaves us with one final and pretty important question to think about. How strong are your walls?